folks, welcome back to the channel. We're out here in the woodlot today doing what I call some spring chores. I've been a little concerned that the road is getting a little soft. Ralphie and I were leaving some, I wouldn't call them exactly ruts, but definitely tracks. And so I want to do a manual walk around the road, and we have not been. Right now we're at the western boundary of our property and haven't been out here hardly all winter. So I want to take a little walk around and see how things are, and we'll take you on a little tour. And to help place you a bit, Gibby can scan down, but we're just close to where I was working in the fir thicket down through some of that mess.
Yeah, this mess. Still lots of fir thicket to be done.
Lots.
We used to walk this regularly when we had our dog, and we lost our lab to cancer a few years ago. And then Michael bought Ralphie, so now he and Ralphie are out all the time, but we don't walk kind of the perimeter nearly as often.
Right. More work, less walking. But by the way, it just crossed my mind. I showed in a fairly recent video my new $2 jacket got
Yes.
for me by my dear wife at a secondhand shop. Well, I was showing my brother-in-law a few days ago all these nice pockets, inside pockets it has, all different kinds. And he says, Calvin Klein. So with $2, I went, if you watch older videos with my winter jacket, it was heavily laden with fir sap, because if you cut and handle sap and carry it close like firewood, it will coat you in sap.
It will coat your coat.
So I've gone now from being one of the worst dressed woodlot workers to now I think I could be perhaps a fashion model. at least until
That might be a stretch, dear.
until at least gets a little more wear and tear into it. Anyhow, join us for a walk. Well, we're a little ways from our intro, and this is, I was working here certainly probably into the late fall, cutting out fir. Very nice pile. Debbie will give you a little shot of that. But we also have, and Debbie will show you, several large pine in this area. So the idea is to try and get enough light on the ground here that maybe we might get some white pine regeneration. But we also definitely have fir regeneration going on also. So you don't always win with this.
We always have fir.
Right. Anyhow, just a little shot of what we're doing in here.
So you see the little flag hanging there, and underneath there, if I can find them, we do have one little pine coming up. So we have some success already. Hopefully we'll get lots more.
Standing in a trench we backhoed last summer sometime, and I have it fairly well filled with rock, but it does need to be topped up a little more just to make the road driveway through a little smoother. It's one of those round to-its that I need to find to get around to it, but I sometimes think if the road to hell was paved with good intentions, I'm on the highway to hell.
Gee, you even got the lyrics right, dear.
Yeah, no.
Michael's usually quite challenged for getting lyrics correct.
Well, that's about the only lyrics in the song I do.
The only line you know.
I got one down.
Hopefully this year we'll get the trench finished here. So it'll be a trench rather than a ditch.
Good intentions. Another good reason to walk your woodlot. Certainly last year this tree was not here. It's a rotten fir, even though it was alive. It was still green on the very top there. He was alive at the time, but that's the condition that some of our fir get to. And again, with climate change, I suspect that we'll see more and more of this. They'll just deteriorate at younger ages.
And fall across the road.
And fall across the road. So Ralphie and I have to come out and get this cleaned up so that someday I don't try and drive out here without a chainsaw or something and
Which
can't
is
get through.
kind of unlikely. You normally have your chainsaw with you, but
Well, it's being an old scout, it's be prepared.
that's right. So we're at one of the bridges across the brook. The ice has gone out. We had rain a couple days ago, but didn't come up over. Not this time. We're supposed to have rain again tonight. Onward.
Onward.
Old cedar tree on along the way. And see, looks like the woodpeckers have been busy on it this winter. Quite a few little holes. Almost drew a straight line.
Right, that's one too. This is one of our tractor trails, not a tractor trailer trail. And had used it a lot once upon a time. Now with the main road, the commercial road, this doesn't get used as much, but I'm either going to have to come in here with a bush hog or something to knock this down, or I'll be in here harvesting white birch and fir.
And we don't need more of that.
No, we don't.
So I did last summer, one of our videos, I was transplanting a few little pine seedlings. And I see at least a couple of them have survived.
Well, this wood used to be stacked up. I've always hated the idea of trying to stack your wood on at least several inches or more of snow. I hate to leave it in piles like this either, because what tends to happen is, well, first of all, some of the pieces actually have come out, you know, when I picked them off the ground, had snow and ice attached to them, so it starts to melt. So that piece has now shifted position. You get the sun coming in underneath the pile and it melts out the ice underneath, but it often will melt one side more than the other, which causes the piles to lead. We can show you a stack out towards the front that I got in early, and it's okay. But if you're doing it with a foot of snow or more on the ground, it just seems almost like a waste of time. But if anybody has any secrets, please let me know.
So all of this was all nicely stacked.
All of it, every stick.
And now it's not.
Well, there's 6 pieces that are still stacked.
That little pile right there. This is one of the ditches that runs under the road. I just thought the ice formations were kind of cool. And so is the sound of running water. Nice to hear.
Yeah, this is what I was concerned about here, because if the water up at that culvert that Debbie showed you with the ice were to overflow and find a channel down through here, this goes right down over the hill and could cause a major washout.
Could be a lot of washout.
Now I do have the road
Rope?
the road where the culvert is slanted across so that it should not, even if it overflows, come down this way. It hasn't to date. But this here always makes me a little nervous. But it seems that the ground is already much solider. So I think this was when it was at its very worst. And
we are supposed to get a fair amount of rain tonight, so we'll see what that does.
Yeah, but no, this here feels, and even down in here, if this
Doesn't feel soft.
no, if this was still soft like it was here, my foot would go down 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So no, I think the road is starting to firm up, and I'll just bring out the tractor, maybe some gravel, and drag this all smooth again.
So do you want to talk about your other wood pile, Michael?
Well,
The one that didn't fall down?
the answer is yes, kind of cautiously, because I'm afraid I'm going to put a curse on myself by doing this. This wood was probably all brought out and stacked before the end of January, when we had relatively little snow. And as you can see, I'm not a complete idiot in terms of stacking wood. Now that I've said that, I'm afraid I'm going to come back here tomorrow and this is going to be all over the place.
Well, I won't bring the camera out, dear.
Right. Yes, this is not getting a video. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this little ad hoc tour around, and what I would call a spring assessment of your roads and just general conditions of what's going on. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Like, share, do all those good things, and we'll see you on the next one.
Catch you next time, guys.
Stay safe.